did we ever think when the writ dropped that the NDP would be surging in Alberta?
I never thought it in my wildest dreams. I thought they would do well, but this well, no, I didn't anticipate that.
No, I'm actually surprised that they seem to be surging in Medicine Hat as well. I mean, they seem to be, especially after the Jason Sklovsky incident with the charge, Bob Warner seems to have picked up the pace. I mean, you look around and you see a pretty energized campaign, and I thought after that assault charge, the NDP, I thought they were done, but Bob's picked it up.
What's also surprising, I think, is how the vote will be split on the right, especially in Medicine Hat, between Blake and Val.
Yeah.
I think in the last election there were people who weren't comfortable voting Wild Rose, and they thought, well, we'll give the PCs one more chance at this. You know, new leader, let's give them another chance. And I think this time they've said, well, you had that chance and you blew it.
Mm-hmm.
And so people who are still not comfortable with the Wild Rose, they are the ones who are choosing to vote NDP, it would seem.
But what do you think of the county? Do you think it's too close to call, or do you think someone's pulling ahead?
Well, I think if they'd had a strong candidate, NDP candidate in the county, there might have been a real possibility there of a really close three-way race. The NDP have been very low profile there. So
Profile, I guess.
no profile. So I see this as a race between Bob Olson and Drew Barnes.
Yeah. And who do you think? Who do you see? Do you think Barnes has got an edge on Olson, or vice versa?
Before Barnes ran for the leadership of the Wild Rose, I would have said he was still very strong in there. I think he lost some support after the way that was handled in the end, and very close. I don't know, too close to call.
Do you think that we're going to be voting for the leader? Are we voting for Rachel Notley or Warner? Are we voting for Brian Dean or Drew and Val? Or are we voting for Prentice or Blake and Olson?
I think in the county, you're looking at. I think they're voting for who they think will do the best for the riding. And at this point, Barnes has got a bit of a track record. Mm-hmm. Olson's got a track record as a Reeve, but the way things are going for PCs right now, I don't know if they're seen as a viable choice. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, who knows? It's still anyone's. But I think Barnes actually does have a lead in the Cypress County. Locally, I see it as a two-horse race maybe. And I'm as surprised as anyone to say this. I think it's a two-horse race between the NDP and the Wild Rose, and I'm not sure. I'm not even going to guess who's going to win. But you never know. You never know.
I think if Blake had stuck with Wild Rose, he would have been shoo-in.
Absolutely.
I think he could have coasted.
I don't even think we would be having this conversation right now if that floor crossing didn't happen. I think I wouldn't be surprised to see the same thing that happened to Mayor Boucher happen to Blake Peterson, where the local electorate just, they were upset when Boucher, as mayor, ran for the Liberals in the federal election, and they punished him. I think it was fourth place, and I can see the same thing happens to Blake if the voters kind of feel, Medicine Hat voters at least, that they feel like they were duped.
Do you think if the floor crossing hadn't happened, would Danielle's popularity have surged? Would she be running in first place now?
I think so.
I don't know. I think maybe, yeah. I think she might have. And I'm probably one of the few people who will say this. I think Daniel Smith is going to be making a comeback after this election, one way or another. And I know maybe the leader of the new Conservative Party of Alberta.
Well, that's an interesting point, because if the PCs lose badly tomorrow, is Joe Prentice going to step down?
I think so. I think he has.
So then they'll be looking for a new leader, Danielle Smith.
I think what is seen in other provinces is when the party gets kicked out, you clean house, and then you can start fresh in 4 years.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to get kicked out. I don't think they're going to get. Well, who knows? I don't know. I can't see them being kicked out, but I think it'll be interesting. I guess you both think it's going to be interesting, and
very. Tomorrow night, our coverage throughout the day, Medicine Hat News, watching every riding, every candidate, social media, full coverage the following day. You need to watch us.
Tune into our Twitter and Facebook page and website for more.
Yeah.